So here we are in Grand Teton National Park. This is Lee Lake. Just about to head off on the Lee Lake Trail, heading up to Holly Lake. Just a 6.4 mile hike, 800 meter elevation gain on this one. Should be a good one. About a mile in, and yeah, we come across the wildflowers, berries. Great place for the bears, which we will try and avoid. Nice bright red berries here. I assume they're the ones the bears eat. Not sure what they are, but they look good, and we'll leave them for the bears. This trail is pretty nice. Up to our left is the Teton Range. There's a bit of snow there. We're about 200 meters up from the stream we just passed and have emerged into this alpine meadow. Nice yellow and purple flowers. The stream's running along to our left as we hike up this hill. And it looks like it must get some water down here because there's a fair few trees pushed over. We're about 3 hours in, I think. Just been following the switchbacks up this canyon. It's a bit smoky at the moment, there's some fires around. We've just decided to pull up for a bit and have some lunch. So this is what we prepared this morning after brekkie. Some mashed potato. So we made it to Holly Lake. We've just come straight into camp. This is our little camp here. But it's a bit grey up there. So we're going to set up before we go exploring. So we're in bear country, so we're going to just lock up all our food. This is the bear box at camp. This is Holly Lake. Look at those mountains over there. So we hiked up just over the other side of the lake there. That's where we arrived. And we're just hanging out here on this side of the lake on the rocks. It's pretty cold in there. There's Jill. Hey Jill. So Holly Lake is frozen over most of the year. I think it only melted out maybe a month ago or less. A little bit of snow left. Nice looking lake. Check out this rock fall. It's kind of crazy. So we've got to make our way over this to get to camp. And just can't get enough of this mountain range. Absolutely beautiful. Check this little dude out. And up here there's a marmot. You probably can't make him out. Oh, there he is. He's just digging around, doing his thing. So there's a little bit of thunder and lightning around, but I think it's actually steered clear of us. So we've just come down here to this bit of a meadow and got dinner on the go, got the jet boil going, and I think we'll have some Vegemite. Why not? Vegemite on these corn thins. Believe it or not, they are made in Australia. These are the organic sesame seed ones. They're pretty good. Found them at a local shop. So that was pretty cool. So we're kind of cheating this trip. We're doing this mountain chili. So it's kind of like a pre-done meal. Make sure you get the vegan one. Usually we just cook some rice up and do our own thing, but we're kind of in bear country, so the less mess the better, I think. So the rain's got to us, finally. We're about 100 meters from camp, I think. Just eating dinner well away from camp so we don't smell like food for the bears. Just taking shelter under this big pine here. It's doing a pretty good job. we're pretty dry. This rain is coming down kind of constantly. Jill's just pegging out this just to keep the fly off the tent. Be nice and warm and dry in there once we get in. Should be nice. Good morning. We made it through the night, and it's about 7 o'clock this morning. The moon's probably just going down there, and the sun's just hit this rock. Bit of snow there still, obviously, so it's pretty cool this morning. One of the best things about camping backcountry is waking up in the morning and having this whole place to yourself. No one's made it up the canyon yet, so I'm just out here taking in these views. We're just playing on this ice. Found these little paw prints here from when it was obviously snow, but pretty solid now. Hard as anything. Slippery as. So under this big pine tree, the ground is just covered in the pine cone kind of shells. So the squirrels actually knock the pine cones down like that. That came down this morning. Thought it was a bear. They'll take these pine cones off, and looks like they actually dig a little hole and bury them. So there's one in there. And then they must come back later today and just get all the nuts out, and that's what they eat. We're just cooking up some brekkie. Got some oranges on the go and gonna have a go at this. This is some oats and quinoa and I don't know, grains or something. See how it tastes. So here it is. Looks good. Just got some dates and prunes on top with a little bit of maple sugar. Should taste great. So we made it down Paintbrush Canyon. Yeah, only took 2.5 hours to get down. I think it took about 4 hours to get up, so a lot quicker coming down. But it was a lovely hike and camp.